So I absolutely hate the whole scale that people use to grade people because I am absolutely average. I am the most basic average person you can possibly ever meet. I'm average height, I'm average weight, I'm average the only thing I'm not average at is intelligence, and I'm actually most likely slightly below average. That's why I hate this whole scale thing. It just makes me feel less than. Why, hello there and welcome back to everything you never knew you needed to know about not only surviving but thriving living in Thailand with me, your crazy kooky host. Yes, it is Dr. Mark Sabian, finally answering the age-old question, why the are bar girls such expensive girlfriends? Now again, as I was saying in the intro, I absolutely hate this whole number scale thing, so I'm just going to use the term average. And again, coming from me, this is, well, again, I am the most basic average person you will ever meet. So I am going to talk to you about the average girls at an average bar in Patong. Now, I am friends with, and I have sat down with the proprietor, the owner of a local bar. I'm not going to give the name of the bar because I don't want to make it sound like I'm shitting on the girls or shitting on the bar or anything like that. So I'm going to call it the Chilled Chimpanzee. Now, at the Chilled Chimpanzee, fuck, that's a tongue twister. Now, at the Chilled Chimpanzee bar, there are typically 5 to 7 girls working at all times. And I'm just going to flat out say this. I think they're bloody average. I don't think that they're smoking hot. I don't think they're ugly. They're not old. They're just average. They're like me. Completely, totally average. Okay, so let's get right into it. All of the girls that work here make a minimum 4,000 baht a month. They're actually technically legally on a salary, and their salary is 4,000 baht a month, which is right around $120. Now, I know that that doesn't sound like a lot of money, especially when you consider that they are working about 250 hours a month at the bar. They are there 25 days. They're pretty much 6 days on, 1 day off. And yeah, it works out to be right around 25 days a month. And their basic salary is 4,000 baht. Which I know a lot of guys are thinking, well, geez, I get 20 girls at that price. Well, no, that's not what they actually make. That's just their basic salary that the bar pays them for just, again, showing up. They make the majority of their money in the following ways. The first being obviously lady drinks, okay? Now, this is the number one thing that guys go to bars for. They sit there, they have drinks. Well, it's not the number one thing. We know what the number one thing is, but the number one activity at the bar typically is guys go there and the girls entertain them. They sit with them. You get to touch them. They'll sit on your lap. They'll flirt with you. They'll, rub their fingers over your scalp or something, You'll get to touch them, feel them, pretty much molest them for the price of a lady drink. Now, at this one bar that I'm talking about, the lady drinks are 200 baht each, which is right around $6 US. And for that, the girl gets 100 baht. So every time you buy her a drink, she gets 100 baht. And according to the owner, these girls are turning on average between 5 and 10 drinks a day or a shift. Right around 187.5 drinks a month. And if you multiply that by 100, it works out to be that they're making on average about 18,750 baht a month just on drinks alone, which works out to be just slightly under $600 US, maybe around 550 in total. Now, if you take and compare that to, again, I hate this term, but your average hotel worker, your front desk worker, restaurant worker, these girls are going and they're working 60 hours a week, 4 weeks a month, 240 hours, just the same as the bar girl. And they're making on average about 14 to 16,000 baht, which is, 400 and something to maybe $500 a month. So you can see why it would be advantageous to be a bar girl. However, that $18,750, that's just scraping the surface of how much these girls are making. So I know a lot of guys are at this point thinking, Jesus, you know, even $18,000, I'd pay that. Yeah, I'm sure you would. But wait until you hear exactly how much these girls are making. Just, again, the average girl. I'm not talking about the smoking hot, young, you know, again, I hate this, but the tens that are at Harem and Susie Wong's and the Go-Go bars on Bangla. I'm talking just average looking, average. Yeah, it's shocking how much money they make. And it's a good example as to why so many guys lose everything trying to keep one of these girls, because the girls aren't stupid. They know how much money they can make, and they see the average girl making that much money. And if she's a smoking hottie, these numbers are not even, they're not even in the ballpark of how much the younger, really pretty tens are making. Now, at the Chilled Champion, this is going to be a nightmare. I think everyone should take a drink every time I this up, okay? Now, here is exactly where the owner of the Chilled Chimpanzee lost me, because I could not believe this. Because I'm sitting there and I see, you know, he's got 5 or 7 girls working at all times, and I'm thinking, these girls are not busy at all. And then he explains to me that, oh no, there's another 5 or 10 girls that are out right now on appointments, and it just cycles all night long. And I'm thinking, are you serious? Yep, he's 100% serious. And I went to the bar probably 5 times in a 2-week span to watch this and learn more. And I did see that the girls were just on a constant rotation of clients coming, clients going, clients coming, clients going. No pun intended there. But he was telling me that every single girl that he has pretty much on average gets bar fined out every single day at least once. Now, if you do not know what a bar fine is, heaven help you. You probably should not be coming to Thailand, but I'll explain it to you really quick. You go to the bar, you find a girl that you like, you buy her some drinks, you sit there, you talk to her, and at some point you want to take her out of the bar, so you pay the bar a certain amount of money that they're going to lose while the girl is not there working and producing, etc., etc. And some bars, such as the Chilled Monkey, have everything built into the bar fine. Some, you just pay the bar a certain amount of money and then you negotiate with the girl. However, at this place, it's all built into one fee, and that fee is 5,000 baht, which is about $200 American. And of that 200, the girl gets 4,000 baht and the bar gets 1,000 baht, okay? So she's making about $150, $160 to go home with you. And here's the crazy thing. He's telling me that it's every single night these girls are getting bar fined at least once. And again, these are not what I would call attractive girls at all. Again, I mean, you have to remember, in Thailand, I mean, the girls are, oh my God. Again, I hate the number system, but I mean, we're talking 12s. For the most part, we're talking 12s. However, in this one bar, you'd be lucky to find a solid 6, okay? And again, I hate that scale, but you know, for this video purposes, I have to use it. Every single day, these girls are getting bar fined out. And if we just say once a day, 25 times a month, that's 100,000 baht these girls are getting for their bar fines, for going home with guys. And, you know, some of them are not staying very long. I've seen girls go, come back, they're gone maybe an hour, hour and a half tops, and then they're back at the bar producing money, making more money, and jumping out again. But I'm not even going to go there. I'm not going to talk about, you know, a girl that does it more than once a night. I'm just going to go with what he's telling me the average is, and that is that they are going out once a day, every single work shift. 100,000 baht they're making. So on top of their drink money, which does not include any tips, okay, guys? I'm not talking tips and all kinds of guys when they're there, you know, they tip the girls, they tip the girls. I'm just talking their basic money that they make off of the drinks, off of their basic salary, and their average once a day bar fine. That is over 120,000 baht alone that they're making right there. And that's not all they're making, because that 4,000 baht that they're getting, that's before any extras. That's, you know, them going short time, you know, spending a couple of hours. The girls that stay longer, or they stay overnight, they get extra money. Some of them get about 2,000 to 3,000 extra for spending the whole night. And I know this for a fact, because while I was there, I was talking to one of the patrons who told me that he goes home with 1 or 2 girls pretty much all of the time. And this is going to freak you out, but he is paying for bareback services, and he's paying extra for that. And he's more than happy to admit that, yes, they will 100% perform bareback as long as you're willing to pay for it. So that 100,000 that they make can go up to 150, depending on what service they're providing for you. Oh God, I don't even want to think about it. So let's just leave it at the bare basic 100,000 that they're making for 25 short times a month. Now, every single one of his girls are on Thai Friendly. He has told me this, and they all admit to it. They're all on Thai Friendly. And I know a lot of people are going to go on, oh, Mark, you shit all over Thai Friendly. I'm not shitting on Thai Friendly. I'm just telling you the truth. Down in Phuket, Thai Friendly is full of freelancers and ladyboys. That's the way it is. Yes, you're going to find some people on there who are seemingly nice and, you know, they're interested in, but at some point they are going to start asking you for money for whatever service they're providing you or whatever enjoyment fun they are giving you. Sorry guys, it's just truth. So as he was telling me, and a couple of the girls were telling me, that typically they're doing about 2 freelance Thai Friendly dates a week, and they're charging anywhere between 3,000 and 5,000 baht per. So I'm going to go on the low end here and say 6,000 baht a week, which is another 24,000 baht they're getting. And on top of that, most of the time, guys are taking them out to eat. They're also buying them little gifts here, little gifts there, etc., etc. So you can see how this absolutely balloons up. I mean, let's just take a look at the basic numbers right now as we speak. So yeah, I mean, we're talking a 4,000 baht a month basic salary, which again is absolutely nothing. However, when you add that on to over 18,750 just on drinks alone, not including the tips that they receive, and trust me, they're probably making at least half of that in tips on top of that. Then you look at their short time bar fines, and guys, that's about 100,000 baht a month right there. And then again, their Thai Friendly freelancing side hustle that they're doing, about 24,000 baht a month, not including the food that they're getting when they go out on these dates. You know, they're getting trips here, trips there. Guys are taking them out on the boats and stuff like this. And gifts. We haven't even touched the gifts. We haven't touched, you know, them going on about, oh, you know, can you help me with this? Can you help me with that? Can you give me this? Can you give me that? Could you give me a few dollars here, a few dollars there? And guys, rate alone, just not even talking about the gifts and all of that, we're well into 140,000 baht, which is almost 10 times what the average normal hardworking hotel staff makes, or what a girl in a restaurant makes that, you know, works there all day long, again, 10 hours a day, some of them even 12 hours a day, guys. So as you can see, a lot of guys like, man, I don't understand why, you know, this bar girl wants this and she wants that and she expects this and she expects that, and it's killing me. There's a reason for it, guys, and it's quite simple. I mean, even the average girl here can make between 4,000 and 5,000 US dollars a month, which is crazy money in Thailand, guys. That's absolutely crazy money just for being an average bar girl. Like, I don't think people fully understand just how crazy the money is here. So when I'm doing these videos and I'm talking about the amount of money that some guys are spending on these girls, I know a lot of people are like, oh, that's bullshit. You know, oh, never, never, never. Nobody, yeah, even the average girls, guys are making crazy amounts of money. And this is why I have said many, many times, guys, listen, if you really want to meet somebody here, I myself would try to find someone that works in a hotel, maybe works in a restaurant, etc., etc. Someone that has not been subjected to making that kind of money, because, guys, once they start making that, they're going to expect it all the time. And that is how a lot of these guys that I know get into these situations where, yeah, they're spending 70, 80, 90, even 100,000 baht a month on a bar girl to try and keep them out of the bar so that they have them to themselves. But man, I'll tell you something, with the amount of money that these girls can make, it's no wonder. So unless you have something really special to offer them, like you're a really handsome guy, you're, you know, over 6 feet tall, you're not an average loser like me, yeah, I mean, don't expect to have a bar girl and be paying her like a minimum salary like the girls at the hotels make, because it's just not going to happen. It's really not. I hate to say it, I don't want to burst your bubble, but that's economics 101 here in Thailand, guys. Yeah, even just average bar girls at the Chilled Chimpanzee make between 150 and up. It's